a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner.
Welcome back to more I Wani Hug That Gator. Though this time I pass on the mini breakfast burritos. After how wait a minute. We almost did bad. September 25th. It's been nearly a full month and things are starting to feel natural in school now. Well, at least compared to my old school, except now I've actually made some good friends. I'm pretty sure we're good friends anyway. I don't really know how to measure friendship. Play Yu-Gi-Oh! Outside that party a few days ago, I haven't hung out with any of them outside of school. If friends just hang out at school and good friends did stuff outside of school, where does that put us? Well, it's still early in the school year. I'll figure out the friendship conversion rate at some point. And it's not like I'm rushing either. Shades, focus! Leaving my current thoughts, I realize I have been in the middle of climbing a rock wall in the gymnasium. Huh. Why was I spacing out again? Oh, right. All the blood rushing to my head. He's dead. All right! Peel yourself off that majestic gym floor and hit the showers. Whew. Made it just in time. I take my seat next to Olivia and let myself relax for a second. Olivia's, as usual, doodling away in her notebook. I take a quick peek at her new work, curious to see who she's trying to turn into a character today. Instead, the page is filled with various scribbles and what looks like to be a rat. The only piece of shading for its fur is just its head, save for the white spot around its right eye. Aww. It looks like the same one she's doodled on notes we passed around in history class. A mirrored mural shows it in various poses and scenarios, some basic and some pretty creative. There's even one wearing a cape and wielding a ridiculously giant sewing needle like a sword. That's adorable. These rat doodles of yours are pretty cute. Thanks. Actually, that reminds me. Look who else I drew over the weekend. She flips a couple pages in her sketchbook and holds it up for me to see. Much to my surprise, it's none other than Mia. Olivia decided to draw her as what I can only describe as the most flattering of ways as a druggy harlot. Her clothes are even more ripped than her usual attire. Her jacket is filled with all kinds of unflattering patches, and her hair is styled in a gaudy mohawk that only detracts slightly from her face full of piercings and rings. In fact, she has a couple of rings piercing her eyelids to the point that I think it would be impossible to keep her eyes open from the weight. And that's not even getting into all the tattoos that Olivia has drawn on Mia's face. I can't help but let out a snicker at the sight. You like? She's sporting a smug grin as she looks my way. I mean, it's funny, but how could she even breathe with all those nose rings? Doesn't need to. She's full of hot air already. The girl chuckles at her own joke. Bet if she saw it, steam would blow out her ears. Phew. Yeah, she'd stomp around uselessly and do nothing else. Seems like you have a pretty good idea how she works. She's just predictable. It's not rocket science. I like the girls. We're interrupted by a pair of students. I recognize them, though I only know one of their names. Yo, Inko, my homie! So, I saw what you submitted for the contest and I just love it! It was so good, I just had to show it to my friend. Yeah, man, I just had to come see who made it when Lunara told me all about it. And when she told me, I was like, oh my god, I just knew when I saw you had that artistic spirit. Pretty damn fantastic, especially for a newbie. I'm a bit taken aback by her backhanded compliment. Still, it's a compliment, the first real one I've had since coming to St. Hammond. About my art, I mean. Oh my gosh, I never introduced myself, did I? I'm Kiara. So nice to meet you. I had a dog with that name. Yeah, likewise. Cool. I mean, it's not that great of a piece. It's just something I had on hand. Or sorry, wrong voice. I mean, it's not that great of a piece, it's just something I had on hand. Last minute? Damn, you're selling yourself way too short there. Yeah, your work is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I'm thinking we should hang out sometime. Oh, you slut. Stop trying to get into his pants. Oh shit, the bell's ringing soon. Already? Damn. Well, it was nice seeing you again, Inko. Keep up the great work. Be seeing you later. Yeah, be seeing you real soon, Inko. I can't help but smile as my new friends wave their goodbyes and depart. A heady feeling of joy washes through my head as I replay their words of praise repeatedly. In the corner of my eye, Olivia's smile reflects the overwhelming cheer I'm feeling, though it seems to vanish the moment I look her way. Seems like you're becoming the talk of the school. I mean, I'd hoped that I'd get some positive feedback about my work, but I didn't realize that it would be that good. Olivia chews on her lip in contemplation before turning to me. Say, Inko, can I see your submission? Sure, give me a second. Luckily, I'm prepared, as not only do I have my portfolio drive, but I finally set up a cloud drive for it. It's as simple as opening up the application on my phone and swiping to the exact digital copy to present to Olivia. Ta-da! I consider it my magnum opus. Magnum opus, I finally got to say it. You keep a copy of it on your phone? I've got a whole portfolio in the cloud storage. I learned it was a good practice from a couple artist blogs. So, what do you think? Olivia squints at my phone as she tries her best to formulate her opinion. It's, nice. The composition of it is really something. You mean what did she write? The compost of it is really something. You mean the composition? Yeah, that. You did great, Inko. Huh. Getting a compliment from Olivia for my work feels a bit alien to me. But maybe, just maybe, this was the start of something new? Yeah, I can almost feel it now. Inko G. Nito. Ace photographer, capable of capturing masterpieces through the photo lens. Yeah, that has a nice ring to it. Olivia must see my self-congratulatory grin because her own drops. Alright, you did good. Don't let it go to your head. When the grin remains, she forces it off with an elbow to my chest. Ah! Warned you. That's going to leave a bruise. She's so cute. People keep saying that's like me in real life. I hate you people. With the exchange behind us, Olivia and I get ready for class. As was the norm by now, Mr. Latican began class with some violent abuse of school property. Good morning, good morning. Now settle down, we've got announcements to go over. I sit back in my seat, subtly feeling out the spot where Olivia smacked me in the neck, to check. Yep, bruised, sheesh. As the pale Petrodon continued on reading from the announcement sheet like he did every day, I found myself lost in my own thoughts. Nothing else really happens that I'd consider out of the ordinary. Things that are new, like the school itself, are finally starting to become mundane. Later at lunch, I'm rattling off my best stand-up to Olivia while Damien's out getting seconds. Liz had retreated to her usual space in the rafters. And then he says, "Oh, goddamn!" Olivia's hand flies over her nose, trying and failing to contain a snort-filled laughter. It sets off a chain of reaction as my own laughter spills over my mouthful of cheap school burger. Ah. God, you suck at comedy, Inko. Olivia drinks greedily from her canteen to alleviate her sore vocal cords. Is that why you're all out of breath? It was a pity laugh. Stick to photography. You got a better one? The mood is slow to settle, but once Olivia has caught her breath, she speaks with a snide smile. In fact, I do. So, a Triceratops, a T-Rex, and a Rhino-Rex find a lamp. Her mouth clamps shut and eyes go wide. Perfect. I was looking for you two. Olivia casts her eyes down at her lunch, spearing her mystery meat roughly with a talon. Hey Ben, what's up? I figured I'd come by and congratulate you on your submission entry. This again? I mean, it is my best piece, but all the praise for it is still surprising. It's exhilarating, all these compliments and everything. Thanks, man. Hey, maybe I'll be the winner of the contest. What do you think, Olivia? The green Gator girl flinches. Ben shakes his head. Also, Olivia, great to catch you here. Principal Scalar wanted me to remind you that you need to clean up after yourself. Leaving messes in classes can disrupt students in other periods. Scalar said, that? Why not tell Olivia herself? She's busy and tired of reminding her. Olivia scoffs at the mention of our principal, yet keeps her mouth firmly closed. Must not be that important then. Inko, I just spent my entire second period cleaning up her mess because she's not taking anything seriously. I'm not supposed to be Scalar's errand boy, and I'm certainly not supposed to be her personal janitor. Clean my stuff, bitch. I'm left to frown at Olivia giving Ben the silent treatment. Was it wrong of me to think she'd be more open with everyone else like she is with me? Do you know how hard it is to scrub baking soda out from the carpet once it's dried? Worth it. Can you just try not to make other people's lives harder? Ben, what the hell? I didn't mean that. I went too far, sorry. Olivia tries shooting me an indifferent gaze. It cracks a bit into embarrassment when I don't return it. Ben's comment is completely uncalled for. I can't just stand around if she's not even going to defend herself. Come on, Ben, leave her alone. My point being, Olivia is completely ridiculous. I expect better from you. Expect? How can you have expectations of her? That came out a little wrong. Well, I expect her to do the bare minimum and not waste my time. Olivia doesn't even bother looking at Ben. Instead, she's looking at me with that sad face until she quietly wheels away from us. I think I went a little too far there. He pinches his brow and sighs. And left standing here with the student council president, I wonder what I had done that earned Olivia's ire just now. That bad? Mia really wanted me to have lunch with her today. She's definitely gonna give me an earful after school. He glances at his phone and grimaces at the notifications. Spoke too soon, she's giving me one now. Well, you should probably grab your lunch while there's still time. Ben glances up at one of the clocks in the lunchroom. There's only about 10 minutes left at lunch. Bah, you're right. But the line usually closes 5 minutes ago. His fist hammers his palm in epiphany. Oh, here's the vending machine out there. Anything good? I've been enjoying the atomic hot taquitos recently. But Damien tells me he's a bigger fan of the bitter melon bites. Bitter melon it is. I don't think my tail can handle the amount of capsius that. Ben gets up from his seat. Alright, I'll go check it out. Let's... One of his feet get caught in the stool and he stumbles head first. Right into Damien's tray, stacked high with mystery meat. His face plants right through the tray and onto the floor. On the bright side, the mystery meat cushioned his fall. On the dark side, the mystery meat cushioned his fall. Whoa, Ben, you alright? I jump from my seat and go to help him up. Instinctively, I take a look around the cafeteria. All eyes are on us, and I already hear it starting. Various murmurs about the safety of the student council president, murmurs that start breaking into jeers. I know how this song and dance goes. It's over for Ben. He gets up and dusts off his blazer. Not exactly what I meant when I said meet and greet, Damien. Oh yeah, you're right, sorry. All of a sudden, the entire attitude in the cafeteria shifted before my eyes. The jeers were deflected into general amusement that permeated throughout the room. One of the nearby students stands up and hands him a few napkins to wipe his face off. Hey, thanks. How does he manage to stay composed while covered in school mystery meat? I'm both impressed and jealous. You okay? Thought you couldn't eat meat. Nah, even if I swallowed any, it'd take a lot more than that just to be an issue. I'll be fine. Thanks for the concern, though. Even as he brushes off the lunchroom grime, Ben carries himself with dignity. If that had been me, this guy has some serious quick wit. No, there's probably a little more to it than that. Man, I was looking forward to eating that. Why on earth did you even have that much meatloaf? I asked the cafeteria lady earlier this morning to let me have the leftovers. Although now it's gone to a bit to waste. His eyes remain on the floor. Some poor janitor is going to have to mop all that up. Maybe. Don't even think about it. The bell singles our next class tolls. The fist fights and gang wars cease on command, and everyone starts milling towards the exits. The cafeteria empties enough that I can clearly see the Ben-shaped meatloaf angle on the floor. There's a familiar rubbery texture feeling on my fingertips. My instincts had kicked in, hands going for my camera to capture the moment. After which a sense of shame rolls over me. That I would even consider capturing something like this, especially when it's happening to my friend. I get up from my seat with a heavy sigh and finally head for my next class. I hope Ben will have time to clean up before photography. He's got 5 minutes. On my way to photography, I'm still a bit caught up by what just happened. I think I'm starting to see how Ben accomplished that. I mean, ordinarily, an incident that embarrassing would just detrimental to your social standing. On my first day, I went through something like that, an event so humiliating people were spreading rumors for days. Sure, they died out pretty quick, but the fact is it happened. One moment everything is fine, then suddenly something you can't have seen coming just upends your life. Stuff like that can happen all the time and to anyone. It's something that's always terrified me. It's something that just happened to Ben, only he was exempt. He was quick on his feet and diffused the situation faster than it could have really started. It's like disaster avoidance. I seriously think it's the most important skill one can have. To have everything under control, to see trouble from a mile away and make it a non-issue even when it takes you by surprise. That sort of social capital is something I need. Maybe it's a little selfish, but if I were that way, then any sudden happenings would be forgiven instantly. Of course, Ben isn't alone. The world is full of people with that skill. Only I'd be lying if I said most of them deserved it. Most people are able to get away with stuff, use their unique abilities for just that, getting away with stuff. What should be seen as a blessing for a social buffer is just some enabling trait of theirs, a charismatic get-out-of-jail-free card. If I had the ability, I'd use it to push myself to my limits, both artistically and productively. That's my ultimate goal. Ben is one of the good ones, definitely. He definitely earned my respect over this. The question remains, though, how do I get like that? That line of thinking is cut off as I round the next corner. Wanted to talk to you, Olivia. At the center of the hallway intersection, I see Mia and Olivia. Uh-oh. Oh, come the fuck on now, Olivia. Don't be such a killjoy. I'm trying to be nice here. The grin on Mia's face is jovial as she stands before the wheelchair-bound girl, her tail lazily swaying as she eyes Olivia. Man, I never realized how lethal those spikes in her tail look. After all, I have to be nice to someone as talented as Olivia, don't I? Behind her are a pair of similarly smiling Saurian girls. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Those two. They're Mia's friends? I mean, she knows her way around a palette and canvas. Right, Olivia? A paraplegic Picasso here. That's you, right? I can't imagine how useless you must feel otherwise. I'm so glad you're able to put those thoughts aside and paint some things you like. Mia takes a step towards Olivia, her previous expression taking on a more ominous air. Yet, for all the talented, untapped potential, you seem to lack some of the basic expected of functioning young adults. Mia's lips part, revealing a cruel grin. I hear you've been a really dirty, messy little baby, leaving your stuff everywhere in class and getting it all over the place. They should stick you in a cute little bib. Kiara and Lunara laugh, jeering loudly at Olivia. Mia snaps her fingers, causing the two of them to go quiet. I still don't want to believe it. Those two? They were nice to me. What are they doing with Mia? I know them. They're smart. They know if this is what it looks like, it's horrible. And they're not the kind of people to punch down like this. But they all decided to do this, right? So what's going on? Is there more to this situation? Mia takes another step forward, her fingers now looming over Olivia's, and she looks down with a cruel sneer on her lips. Normally I wouldn't waste my time to single you out, but I'm gonna use this moment to make you get the picture. Benny was supposed to join me for lunch, but he had to stay behind and clean up after your mess. You got your issues, you can't ride a bike or whatever. What's your fucking problem? Stop making it mine, Olivia. Or do I need to stop being a problem for you? Yeah, does Ben look like your nanny? Well, she does come prepackaged with a stroller. Come on, Mia, that's crossing the line. Not like she can stand up to you or anyone. What? I'm just chatting with Liv here. But if I did hurt your feelings, I'm really sorry. Kiara's beak clicks loudly and repetitively, while Luna's hand covering her maw to hide a giggle. Oh, don't take it so personally, Olivia. I'm just teasing you. Right, Liv? We're all just one big happy family here. Lord knows some of us could use one. Can we get intervened? I don't even know how to respond to that. I want to hear both sides of the story here. What history does Mia and Olivia have for confrontation like this? I think getting this upset over her missing lunch with Ben is extreme, but Mia's friends remain by her side, completely steadfast against Olivia. Is it that bad? And yet Olivia says nothing to her. She has her hand atop the knuckles of her hand, like I would. She has her head atop her knuckles of her hand, like I would during Proclux history class. There was a moment where Olivia's tail would press into the floor, shifting her chair back or to the side. It looked like she was attempting to sidestep the conversation with that muscular tail, but Mia's own movements cut off her escape attempt. Mia returns to calm stare. There's no motion, but the staring contest was fighting in its own way. The first to look away would lose. Olivia's frigid indifference against Mia's piercing gaze. Kiara ends up dropping her phone and both glare at her simultaneously. A draw. Kia, I swear I'll kill you one of these days. Olivia takes the opportunity to move past Mia. Mia takes no time to tighten her stance and continue her spewing of insults. What, leaving so soon? No response. And so quickly, that's almost normal walking speed. I was honestly thinking you need a cooler nickname to go with your need for speed. Hotwheels. In an instant, Olivia stops to a squeaking halt. Gone was her stoic face. In its place, eyes wide with shock. How the hell? Olivia's pace falters. Mia quickly steps ahead again and places a foot on her wheel. Your brain-dead fit-in friend told me back in gym class. He went on about how you had it back when you were still soiling your diapers. Honestly, I think you should embrace it. So say it. Well. Are you retarded or you stupid bitch? Fucking say it. Good. Do you need a fucking speech therapy too? Say it. Fuck you. Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels. See? I knew you could do it. Kinda fittin'. I agree with half of it. Olivia's claws dig into her armrest. Maybe that's the nuance, the point that only half of it works. Mia turns to look at Kiara and Lunara, eliciting some more giggles from them. I'm sure you wouldn't mind us making it cool again, though, right? I mean, you were such a winner back then. Mia leans in close, her voice now harsh stage whisper as she glares daggers through Olivia. What's wrong, Hot Wheels? Don't want to talk anymore? Am I not good enough for you? Even from afar, I can tell Olivia's starting to lose her composure. Her tail lays limp on the floor, as if the energy to hold it was drained away. Oh my god, I think this is bullying. I didn't want to believe it, but it's undeniable by now. This is the textbook bullying. It's unfair. It's like when you're in line to use the restroom after hours and hours of waiting and someone cuts in front of you, completely inexcusable. Is this the part where I should step in? What do I even say? I have to at least try, right? It's my duty as a fellow student. Maybe I don't need to say anything at all, just being present for Olivia against the horde. And it certainly wouldn't help if I got an even bigger target on my back for Mia. Olivia wrenches herself free from Mia's foot and continues down the hall. The others follow like vultures. Oh man, I need to think fast. Go fucking do something, you coward. My legs move on their own and I cross into the hallway. I'm instantly noticed. Mia's already registered my presence and her expression changes. My heart starts beating quicker and harder. Time's up for being indecisive. Let's show support. As much as I want to go off on Mia and her posse, Olivia wouldn't want me to try standing up for her again, not after how I tried to handle it with Ben. Besides, I'd probably fumble the words and make myself look like a fool anyway. So there's really not much I can do. But what I can do is nothing. Say nothing, do nothing, just wait for Olivia to pass by. She stops a bit in confusion, but quickly remembers she's currently on the run. When she passes by, I follow down the same hallway, slowing my pace to be slightly behind her. Olivia turns to look at me with an equal part surprise and dread. I think part of her fears that I'm about to say or do something really stupid. Instead, I merely give a warm smile. To be picked on by that many people at once, all certain they're doing no wrong, is terrifying. In a moment like this, she would know that someone's got her back. Even if I have nothing to offer, at least the playing field will be a little less one-sided. Now that she has someone beside her. The hell? Oh, I know that jacket. And I know that bullseye for a head from a mile away. The group starts following behind us. Olivia glances over to me and I return another small smile. Well, 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 if it ain't Baldy. Coming in to save the day or something? I don't respond. Instead, I keep my head forward and keep on walking with Olivia. Yep, people like this get more pissed when you ignore them. That seems to catch Mia a bit off guard as I can hear the gears in her mind visibly starting to turn. Hey, I'm still talking to you, Hot Wheels. The sound of scuffling boots starts to gain on us. Just 'cause you have Baldy here now to protect you isn't gonna save your hide. Neither him nor any of your dipshit friends. I can see Olivia's claws digging into her armrest at that nickname, but otherwise she maintains her apathetic leer. The more we walk, the more obscenities Mia keeps blurting out to try and get a rise out of either of us. This is why you don't have any real friends, you skipless salamander. I don't know if Olivia has a plan because I can't fully understand why she's letting Mia walk all over her like this. But I remember steadfast I believe that she knows what she's doing. It's all I really can do. Who'd even want to be with a cripple like you? I can hear Mia laughing at her own words. God, I'd smash her face into the fucking pavement. Olivia, please change your mind and waste this bitch. Yeah! No, it's what she wants. It's what she wants. Ah, so you got something to say now, Hot Wheels? She shrugs. If that's how you feel, Mia. What? Olivia doesn't say anything else. She only turns around and begins to wheel herself down the hallway. For a moment, I stand in place and watch as Mia tries to process what just happened. Even her posse looked confused, unsure of what to say. You really got her, Mia? Yeah, definitely. Show that leathery bitch. Mia jerks her head to her cohorts and glares at them, angered by their pity comments. Then she stares me down with obsidian daggers in her eyes. Well, that's my cue to leave. Bye. With the grace of a headless chicken, I scramble down the hallway to catch up with Olivia. Fuck her. Rounding the corner, there's no Olivia to be found. Where'd she go? I suddenly hear Lunara's voice echoing down the hall, followed closely by Mia's. Mia, what are you doing? Get back here, you fucks! Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Not alone. Not with them. Dread fills me as I hear the pursuing predators' heavy footsteps approach me. I grab from behind. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm... Whoa! Suddenly, I'm violently pulled aside, right into the school's elevator by a collar of my jacket. Oh, thank God it wasn't Mia. She jams the key into the slot and smashes the button to the second floor. As the doors close, we can hear Mia roar out for us. Next time I see you two again, I'll make sure that oversized cue ball has to use a wheelchair of hers instead. Thankfully, the elevator doors close shut, and the car jerks upwards before making its ascent. Never knew I'd feel grateful to be in this death trap. As I catch my breath, I had unknowingly held my eyes aligned with a pair of silvery serpentine eyes. I appreciate what you did for me back there. I'm surprised. Not sure what to say, really. Instead, I smile back and nod. In return, she gives me a half smile before recomposing herself. You should, roll with me in the elevator now. How come? Well, you've just become enemies with her. If she sees you, you'll be a wad of gum under her boot. Oh, joy. Yeah, your best bet is to just avoid her now. This way you stay out of the hallways. I appreciate it. Don't mention it. Wait, the elevator will stop Mia from beating the snot out of me and the entire rest of the school? Yes. We hear the small electronic bing of the elevator and the doors slide open. History class is as bland as it usually is. Proc Luck continues prattling on about some sort of historical event. But most of my attention is on Olivia. She has her hoodie over her head and looks lost in thought. That altercation must have shaken her up more than I thought it would. A part of me wants to ask if she'll be okay, even though I already asked 3 times already. But the last thing I'd want to do is prod her. Soon enough, class nears its end and Olivia uses her accommodations to leave the class early. Besides, we can talk about it after school if she wants to anyways. The more I think about it, the more I realize that I had my first real confrontation with a bully at a school. I'd heard once that when you get into a fight for the first time, you throw up from the adrenaline. No fists were thrown, but I feel about the same right now. I wring my hands together to try and steady them. Geez, I'm a wuss. I stood up to Mia with Olivia and ended up in this mess. You did the right thing. The final class ends and I'm set free for the day. Stepping out of St. Haman's main entrance, I'm surprised to see my friends huddled together in a tightly knit group. I usually don't see any of them after school. I always assume they left as soon as the bell rang. Hey guys, what's going? Inko! Damien looks exceptionally worried as he glances at me. Inko, you believe me, right? Pardon? Olivia's nostrils flare with an exasperated snort. I didn't mean for any of that to happen. What's the matter, Damien? When Mia asked about any nickname stuff from so long ago, I just blurted it out. She didn't say she was going to use it for something so unscrupulous. I'm ashamed It took me more than a moment to figure out what was happening. Guess Damien feels culpable for what Mia said, but why? You don't know what that word means? Who cares? Inko, really, I didn't mean any of that to happen. Hey, I believe you, man. Your heart was in the right place. Olivia told us what happened with Mia, calling her some nickname. Damien leans back over an unresponsive Olivia, hands spread in supplication. She said you were there too. I was, yeah. Olivia, you loved that nickname way back when we were kids. Damien's words were dismissed with a roll of her smoky eyes. He really didn't mean it, Olivia. I know already. For a split second, she bore row upon row of sharp teeth before gnashing her maw in frustration. Olivia's nostrils flared out with a huff of hot breath again, and I could practically see everything from her day finally weighing on her. You were just being you again, Damien. Sometimes I wish you weren't, but whatever. There's a grittiness to her voice once more, but she continues on. She holds her canteen up to her lips, but drops it immediately. It's empty again. The grit in her voice is back as she presses on. And the nickname is just that, a nickname. I don't want to hear it again. Especially from her, and especially if it's just to get under my skin. Olivia stares at Damien for a while before breaking contact to glance at Liz and I. Why not? Wait, did I say that? Why did I say that? It just kind of came out. Liz notices Damien still organizing his thoughts. Seeing as neither of the others are going to answer coherently, she sighs. Well, I wasn't around for this, but when we were freshmen in middle school, Damien and Olivia would take the bus every weekend to an arcade in the city. I guess he came up with the nickname around then, and it stuck. That's half right, but I didn't come up with it. I'd brought a chunk of change for us to play stuff with each other. A match on just about anything there was quarters, probably still is. I, don't want to think, but I don't think I even won once. Once she stood to win something, it was like a switch went off in her head. I'd never seen Olivia get like that. Some of the teenagers were watching too, they saw everything. A couple challenged her once and I ran out of cash, and sure enough, she ended up clearing house all afternoon. It was all she'd talk about at school all week until we got back for more. Only took like a month for her to be recognized as some local champion. Sometimes, along the way, people started calling her Hotwheels. I don't remember really who or when, but I do know it's proof she's got the fire in her. Wow, I had fun back then. Guess I forgot I wasn't supposed to bring it up. Have things really changed that much? And you did again. Damien hisses to himself. Sorry. Just can't help yourself. But you're right. That was the best time of my life. That name Hot Wheels belongs to 10-year-old me, not current me. Hey, that's a great story. To be recognized so well that you get a cool nickname? It sounds amazing being a champion. Well, being a winner. Why all the disdain for the title? I'm not. What? I'm not a winner anymore. Because you don't go to the arcade anymore? If that's the one I'm thinking of, it's only like half an hour away. Olivia looks at Liz like she just recommended everyone watch the newest Netsticks anime. Well, if this story is anything to go by, I'd like to see you be a winner again. Olivia's breath seems to hitch for a moment. And I'm sure these guys want to see it too. Damien's the one that dragged you to our lunch table all this time, right? Look at him. He's nearly keeled over because he's afraid of losing that part of you. And Liz? I think I'd like to see why you and Damien are really close friends. I think I'd like to see why you and Damien are really close friends. What did I give her that or the high-pitched voice? I'll figure it out. Yeah. And just as quickly as I gained the bravado to speak up, my words left me immediately. I think I accidentally put Olivia on the spot there. Whoops. Well, her tail rolls along the ground a bit in contemplation. If you guys really care that much about it, I wouldn't mind it from you guys. All at once, Damien lights up. Yes! All right, Hot Wheels is back! You guys now refers to Liz and Inko. Damien's shoulders drop for a moment, but he quickly recovers. Hey, if we're gonna get the name out again, we should go visit the arcade together sometime. I'd rather not. Okay, then how about a better name, like Death Roll? Olivia swings her tail around to trip him, but he's fast enough to jump over it. Damien's words flood out as he contemplates new nicknames for Olivia to try and appease her, many of which were shot down by her or leave Liz and I chuckling. Aww. Gradually, our giggling dies down and the four of us chatted a bit more about the day in general. Eventually, Damien and Liz head for their respective ways, with Olivia deciding to stick around. Most of the school has filtered out for their various homebound rides or their after-school activities, leaving Olivia and I all alone. Hey, I'll roll with you. Really? I mean, I don't mind, of course. It's nothing. House is only a few blocks away anyway. Besides, I'm sure someone would beat you up and take your lunch money if I didn't. There's plenty of time to make it to the next train, so the two of us take it easy. The sun finally managed to break through the autumn clouds and make walking almost unseasonably warm. Man, I thought the last day of summer was weeks ago. Hey, it was. I don't mind staying warm longer, though. Feels pretty great to me. Olivia gives her chair an extra hard push, letting herself glide by unaided for long enough to stretch out her arms and bask in the sunlight. I might have figured you'd say you'd like the heat. Oh, what, because I'm a dino? No, not like that. I'm just playing. Relax. You're pretty touchy on stuff, aren't you? The two of us finally make it to the train platform, nestled as it is off the main street. I can see the train a few blocks away, our walk timed up with its arrival perfectly. I just think it's important to be educated is all. Even if you are, what, the only human at our school? Olivia flashes me a cheeky grin as my train pulls up. I've got to admit, but her mischievous nature is a little infectious. As the train doors open, I leave Olivia with one final jab, something I know she'd appreciate. Hey, whatever you say, Hot Wheels. I neatly dodge out of the way of her slashing claws, stepping smartly onto the train as the doors close. And go, you son of a bitch. Get back here. As the doors ding shut behind me, I can see an irate and still blushing Olivia waving her fist as the train begins to pull away. Still giggling, I manage to squeeze myself into a seat next to a yellow-scaled woman smelling faintly of hot dogs. Oh, hey, we know her. You know, I may pay for that comment later. But the look on her face was totally worth it. So, we'll do this part next time. So thank you guys so much for joining us for more Snoot Snoot Game. Not Snoot Snoot Game. Sorry, I Want a Huggy Gator. The hot dog girl just made me think of that. You guys are awesome. I'll probably be doing this while I continue to do Snoot Game mods. I do have one that got fixed thanks to a fan. And you guys are awesome as always. Thanks for all the continued support. Don't forget to check out the Patreon and Subscribe Star. It does help a lot. You can also become a YouTube member. All of that does help the channel continue. Have a fantastic day or night, guys. And remember, you are awesome. Bye.